Hi.
She's amazing. Love the green stockings.
You're Lizzie, right? I can't figure out what class this is, but I really want to join it.
Yeah, I thought about BART a lot, but also my experience as an art student and the community of artists in Portland and the community of artists in New York. And yes, also the colleagues at BART that make work and the students, of course. Even Ben Coonley, who makes the dome in the film, is my colleague at BART, and he came out to Portland to build the dome and work with the art department. So yeah, I think we started with the family first, Jonathan Raymond and myself, when working on the script. But there was, yeah, this idea of art community. I don't think of her as lonely. I think, you know, I do think if you put a man at his work table, people will think he's quite satisfied. And if you put a woman at her work table, I get this question of loneliness. It never really occurred to me that she was lonely. I think it's important to have alone time when you're an artist and you're working. Like most people I know are fighting to find alone time, especially if you're like have kids or something, so that you can do your work. But I don't think many artists being alone is a problem for most artists. Yeah.
Been hoping to find a good tire for this tree for ages.
Joe, the water situation's getting worse. Barely gets lukewarm now, just a few minutes of lukewarm and then cold.
That sounds serious. I'm on it.
Yeah, back and forth, because she distracts herself a lot and she feels put upon, but she also constantly puts herself out in the situation that will make her feel put upon. So I think maybe she needs this feeling. You know, I think art making needs some aggravation too, and some agitation. And so maybe she goes out and seeks that a bit as well. I don't know I'm very focused when I'm doing something. I mean, I guess in order to make films, you have to bring a lot of people together and convince a lot of people that this is like a good thing to spend their time or money on. So you have to be in yourself, you know. I mean, the hardest thing is to convince, you know, when you have moments of doubts, to convince yourself that what you're doing, you stay on the right path and keep going.
How many more pieces we got coming?
Just one. I'm almost there.
Okay. Be quick with it.
It's hard for me to make direct lines between those things, but I don't know. Is obsession the right word, or just focus when you need to be focused? And it's easy. I definitely relate to be easily distracted. I know some writers that don't have, and I think it's probably a good idea, they don't have any internet at their house. And so because they would never write if they, you know, tried to write where there's internet. And I completely understand that. But yeah, I'm not so distracted. But anything, you know, I could have to arrange the sock drawer. It doesn't, you know, if you're stuck, it's easy to get up from the table, and maybe one should get up and move on. But yeah. Yeah, I'd never think of the films in relationship to each other. But I know Jonathan Raymond, who's the writer I'm working with. I mean, that friendship is certainly like on our mind all the time, as well as small communities and the sort of politics of small communities. Yeah, it's something that you keep returning to, but I don't know. I never think of them as like being exactly in relationship to each other. I want to be challenged and try to do things I haven't done before, or just which might be just certain kinds of storytelling, or maybe wanting something to be looser than it was, or wanting to, I mean, it's all about what's in the story, right? So whatever you're making a story about, but filmmaking has so many components to it, visually, sound, just all of it, editing, shooting, story, there's so many components to it that you would like to get better and discover. It's easy to keep discovering stuff. It's just impossible to know all. I mean, if I live to be, if I live to be 100, I can't still be making films at 100. I won't have the strength. Maybe, but it's endless. You can never. So that's what's great about it is as soon as you finish a film and you're done, especially in the editing process, you get excited to be like, oh, you know what could do next time is,